Well, Tracy, this is taking some work. A Democratic aide tells me New Jersey Senator Cory Booker has been working with Republican Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina on negotiations for a Senate bill. Scott himself telling reporters today something could be wrapped up in the next week or two as the focus shifts from a verdict to reform.
Justice was served.
Immediately after the verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial, reaction turning to thoughts of the future for policing and race in America.
America has a long way to go before anything can change.
President Biden urging reform.
This takes acknowledging and confronting head-on systemic racism and the racial disparities that exist in policing and in our criminal justice system.
In Washington, a police reform bill bearing George Floyd's name has already passed the House.
We must change the way policing happens in all of America.
Congressman Dwight Evans from Philadelphia says the Senate needs to take action.
A man has died. His family no longer has him. So it's clear that if anything should motivate an action,
the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act would ban chokeholds and no-knock warrants and change policing immunity standards across the country. In Pennsylvania, Philadelphia lawmakers also sponsoring legislation that would forbid chokeholds. The day after the verdict, the country's attorney general announcing a new investigation in Minneapolis.
Today, I am announcing that the Justice Department has opened a civil investigation to determine whether the Minneapolis Police Department engages in a pattern or practice of unconstitutional or unlawful policing.
It will include a look at the department's policies, training, supervision, and use of force, including during protests. It comes at a time when calls for change come with some skepticism.
The fact that I believe in my own self, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Even as a verdict offered encouragement.
This is a big step, for everybody for this man particularly to be found guilty of all charges.
And here in Philadelphia, the police commissioner called for people to reflect on the reforms that have taken place and the work still left to do. The police department pointing to efforts to carry out reform regarding the use of force and police responses to mass demonstrations. I'm Mayk, NBC 10 News.